We are live! Yay! So welcome everybody to the New Now series. We are now at our 7th episode, and I'm so excited that this time I'm opening my border to the importance of partnership, and I have as my guest here Federica Polato from Polato Consulting. For people who don't know me yet, I'm Elena Bruiani. I'm the CEO and the co-founder of Lia Growing People. Before I give the virtual microphone to Federica, first of all, Federica, welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much.
In our virtual space, cozy space. I would love to mention why we are starting, inviting our partners, and why we gave in Lia Growing People so much importance to the concept of partnering, to partner. As you might know, we are a coaching and training company, and for us, partnership it's really the common denominator of how you can really get the most out of your people around you, your tribe, your network, your friends, your colleague, all the parts within yourself. Because for us, partnership means have a very empowered relationship, which will allow the stakeholders that are in this partnership to reach a higher scope, a higher impact. So we always invite our client to learn how to partner and empower all the parts within themselves, for example, to partner with the loving partner, to partner with their team member, with their employee, because partnership really means that both are winning, that both the stakeholders in the relationship are empowered by the relationship itself. That's why one of the reasons we keep seeing results and fulfillment in what we do is also because me and my husband, as co-founder of Lia Growing People, we are partnering with our coaches to enhance the client experience. We are partnering with several company, expert, professional, in order to give to our client the huge and best experience they can get. That's also the reason why Federica is here today. So what is, Federica, your approach on partnership? How do you value partnership?
Partnership are really super important because just through partnership you can get experts on each task and each activities that you have to accomplish. There are things that are better to be done together rather than going like on separate ways. This to be more effective for the client and for the business itself. So that's why I really value the partnership that we are starting to put together with Lia. Later on, like I will explain how. And it's really, I really found, like, apart from the importance in general of their business, in this case, like growing together and coaching, but also this aspect applied to the business, because especially when you drive challenges, it can be really good both doing personal and business coaching at the same times, because also company after, especially what they've been going through, like with the pandemic, Elena and I are both Italian, so we know the difficulty and the situation that in any case there are like in our country. So we really would love to help to overcome together, like the bridge and the difficulty that lots of companies would like, and they would like to even though they would like to go abroad, sometimes there are like challenges that, for example, with the business coaching, can be like the team of the companies can be empowered to overcome all what needs to do, like until you reach the next step.
Okay, that's exactly very aligned to what we mean for partnership and constant improvement. And this leads us to our next question, and is why Polato Consulting? So why Leah has decided to partner with Polato Consulting. So as you might know, Leah is a global organization. So we have coaches spread out around the world, from Hong Kong to Argentina, passing from Jordan, Dubai, Europe, Malta, Italy, of course. And most of the time when we connect with corporate or small and medium enterprises or startups around the world, we do really realize that this sense and feeling of willing to go global, of touching to people, to customer, if we want to call, talk in a business way, to customer that are on the other side of the ocean, that they are very far away from where you are locally, start becoming more possible than it used to be before. So somehow, and this is the fun effect of what COVID brought, we cannot reach our parents who are next door, but yes, we can potentially be able to reach another person that is exactly on another continent. We can connect with them via Zoom. We can send them material. We can attract their interest, because people now are more interested to go beyond, because they have been stuck in their four walls and they feel restricted. So actually, reason why we loved and we push for our partnership with Polato Consulting is because Polato Consulting is in charge of helping businesses to geolocalize themselves outside their initial country of origin. This is also can be called as internationalization, which means I am a local brand or a local startup which has specific products, and I am dreaming of reaching a further space, often challenging myself to be able to adapt my concept, my products into a new culture, into a new market. So still we are talking about transitioning from what was before and what is the new now. That's why also the title of our series, They Fit Everywhere, because it's really a new now where we are trying to help our company and our client to shift to where now are possible things that they wasn't possible before. So why Polato Consulting? Also, on your perspective, I'm very curious to know.
Yeah, I mean, we are a boutique agency that is really focusing on, helping growing companies, and especially, with the transitioning part. We do also business with local companies that would like to expand their operation within the GCC. But the majority of the projects right now are more focused on companies, for example, like in Europe, that would like to come to this area in this part of the world. When like our boutique agencies, we are like people that we can really think we can bring fantastic value to every company that is doing business with us, because we have concrete experience on the territory on what it means exactly to open up a new company or a new brand or distribute a new product in a different country. And the fact that we have the concrete experience for it, together with the network that help us to do this, we believe that it's really the most important thing that a company can avail from us. And we, especially, for example, like I've decided like to found Polato Consulting because with a great experience and learning experience that I've got in the past 10 years, I thought it would have been like an amazing opportunity to share all what I've learned with the client and the people that would be willing to work with me. So this is ourselves.
That's amazing. And I love the idea of the boutique, because boutique for me is also a synonym of customization, is a synonym of having the client which is heard and felt 360 degrees. So we are not coming up with, and this is also something that we have in common with Leah and Polato Consulting, is not coming up with that standardized product that is as it is, but is actually feeling the client, go through their needs, and have this very empathetic and personal touch, which will still allow us to put in place what is essentially required specifically for the uniqueness of that client, in the uniqueness of the time he is living, within the uniqueness of the challenges he is facing, which really make it tailored and
because the target it's like small, medium-sized company, and those companies everyone is unique. They have their own amazing products, especially when it comes to F&B. I mean, we are Italian and we know how good compared to lots of other, nationalities sometimes. I mean, with all the respect for, of course, like the products coming from all over the world, which I am a big fan of. But I have to say, I mean, Italian products are renowned to be one of the best, on the market that you can find. Best in terms of taste and healthiness and, everything and experience that you can do. So it's very, very important tailoring our offer and our services to every single need of this small corporation.
So this, we are starting to get a little bit to know you through your company and through the reason why we have decided to partner together. But I know you more than that, and I'm sure that even people out there, they might be curious to know more about you. So I have my next, point I want to touch upon, which is the vision of this woman, of this beautiful woman, Federica Polato. So what is the vision? What brought you here, and what is your what is your hope for the future?
Yeah, I mean, what brought me here, it was definitely all the experiences that I've had the luck to have, during the past 10, 15 years. I've always been a person curious to see what there was outside my Torino city, which is where I come from. And I've started this experience, and that led me to live in 4 different continents in the majority and the biggest cities in the world. So London, New York, Tokyo, and now Dubai and Madrid, where I also did part of my studies. So not only being in these cities open up my mind in a way that is very rare if you are always staying maybe in the same place, but also helped me in really understanding other mindset and other way of living and what people like, what they don't like, in always a big respect of the taste and the way of life of people that are conducting completely different life compared to mine, or compared to the environment that I was growing up. So and also along the years, I had learned and I have developed skills that were very complementary because I have I worked first for two of the companies, the Italian companies that in the F&B industry with their retail concept, they have managed really to internationalize properly the brand. So I'm really thankful to them for the learning experience that I received. And one was Italy and the other one was Grom. So both of them, together with them, I have learned the first, let's say in the first part of my experience, all what is regarding the back office operations, from the procurement to logistics, managing all the supply chains, product selection. And then the second part of my career, it was complementary to that part, which was the exact operation and the front office business. So I had a very 360, I developed a very 360 experience, unifying those two great experience that I managed to have all across the globe. So this was, I think this is my strength. And what I would like to bring to the table is that, of course, sharing, as I was saying, my experience with the clients that would like to work with me. And we have developed with Polato Consulting, and this is part of my vision, also packages and business packages really that will help the companies to reach their objective in a very affordable way, but very effective. So because right now, especially after what the world was experiencing, of course we understand that it's tough out there. And what I would like to do is really sharing my experience, help in whatever I can, these companies to reach their objective and to continue growing. And one, for example, that in one of my packages, actually not in one, in a couple of my packages, there are, I've also included Leah, a session, cross-cultural session and business session with Elena and with their beautiful companies, because I really think it's really crucial when you start a new challenge of approaching a new market to really understand where you're going to and who are your customer, and understand really the culture on the other side, and prepare your team to do this type of transition. Because it's not really just selling the product abroad. There is much more to that. It's preparing a company to do this big step, and not everyone is ready for it.
I really love where we are going, because this is pretty much related to the how, So once you have decided, yes, I want to go beyond my border, I want to explore, I want to challenge my products, I want to challenge my concept, I want to challenge actually my company entirely, because opening up to new operation, to new markets, it has a lot of consequences, that open up. So how can you help company to go through those operational challenges that they will need to face when they want to internationalize their product?
We will really start, to understand the company and the products and what they want to achieve, because this is the first step. And then after that, we help them to understand what is the market that they would like to tap into. We will suggest to them what areas of the world, it can be GCC, it can be US, can be Asia. We have people on different territories as well. So, that can match better what the product of our client. Then together we can develop the go-to-market strategy, understanding our the product positioning, the price that we have to get into. So there are so many steps that are really crucial to to tackle that are very, very operational, but also very strategic. Because if you miss one of those, then it can result in a big, maybe a lot of money invested, but then with no results. So, and we don't want that.
Yeah, I feel that the most common thing that people think when they think about internationalization might be, yeah, let me send a pallet or that amount of kilos of that products over there, and let's see how it goes. But actually, I do feel that this is exactly the last part of the chain. Like let me position the product only when I know that it's a win, that I can place it, that I can sell it, that I can get the expected price, that the products will be perceived the way I want to, that I will position my brand there with this target audience, and everything is spot on. So it's beautiful. It's really, complementary as an approach.
It's a comprehensive approach. And the good thing is that we have managed, thanks to our skills and expertise, to really put together packages that can be really affordable to like the majority of the medium-sized company, because we know the challenge. And normally the challenge is, the investment side, especially really after all what happened. So the good thing is that we can manage to do what you have just what we have just said, by really doing it in a very affordable way. So that is through our packages and our structures and our structure, but to be very effective. So that is then, of course, like the capacity of the investment, the length of the relationship, like, it has to be decided, and everything, can be discussed or changed or tailored, like according to the necessity. But at this, but the good thing is that, with this COVID, like everybody changed, and the needs also changed. Both investment or not just investment related. I mean, can be anything, but everything changed. Everything is more digital. Everything is, more global also at the same time. So we really need, there is a lot of job and a lot of work that needs to be done in doing properly, like the internationalization of company. So this is that's a little bit like my vision and how we can help companies. And then there is another big thing for me, which is while doing all of this, also giving back to the community, because this is like a big important part of who I am and also what I would like to accomplish. Especially when it comes to women empowerment, sometimes there are parts of the world that are still, in need to push for gender equality, and so giving really the basic needs, which is education. And without education, we know that nothing can be done. Ignorance can be like a really big beast. So I really would like, my idea, and this is what I'm doing, is, as part of...
I know that part of your income, your revenue are distributed in those giving back projects. Yes. You have mentioned me that, and this is amazing.
Yeah, so also the companies that decides to do business with me, at least they know that indirectly they are also helping, somebody else. And I think, especially again, like in the world where we're living now, this is vital. So so
that's amazing. So we already touched upon a bit about the how, but I would love to go a little bit more deeper with that. How we, there are many challenges, and when we see challenges, we see blockage. It's like we are face to face with something that it's scary for us to overcome. We don't have the tools to overcome. We don't have the awareness. sometimes we don't have the flexibility and the quick response to react, proactively react and take action or change our behavior. And this is quite common when we are going away from our normal way of being or doing, So if I've been, having my products in that specific market, just the idea of going to another market open up a huge scenarios of possibilities. And this is also where our relationship and partnership come into place, because with the coaching, with the business coaching and the cross-cultural, which means, how can I squeeze together my, let's pick up Italy, for example, my Italian culture, background, way of perceiving relationship, of perceiving communication, of perceiving time, of perceiving emotion, people can be squeezed or can be fit or can adapt smoothly to let's say a Japanese culture, or to an US culture, or to a Atma culture, so there's a lot of opening, and that you have been traveling all around the world, getting strictly and deeply in touch with those culture, many of them, what does it mean to adapt, when you see me and them, us, and me and you, us and them,
it can be the make or break of a business. So it's really vital, it's really important to understand that. It's really important. Sometimes a product that is good in Italy or in France not necessarily is good for UAE or for Japan. Maybe it is, but in another and in a different way. So this is very important business-wise if you want to be successful.
That's extremely important. Do you think there's something else that you would love our viewer and follower to know about what will take place next for Polato Consulting and Leah Green People together?
Well, I just think you have to try us in the sense that just by doing that, you will realize what type of added value we can definitely offer together. And I really think that there are huge opportunities in a region like, for example, GCC. We have in Qatar the World Cup coming up next year. We have the Expo coming up in few months. So there will be really a huge opportunity of business in those countries in the next months. So it would be really great if we can together reach the objective that the company wants, that we want, that ultimately is to be successful, make money, and giving back to community and be happy. So so that's
I feel that is also a huge satisfaction when it comes to the coaching. Be able to look back and say, oh my goodness, would ever told I would have been able to come so far, to reach so far, to overcome so many challenges, to lead my entire concept, my entire dreams to a spaces I would never expect I would have been able to. So this is actually one of the goals, going beyond and be equipped with all the tools that I do need to get there, having accountable partner that they won't let me down, and having a structure, a strategy, having people that can be from outside and being more objective, who have a huge competence in the corporate world. Because when it comes also from Leah, we have coaches placed everywhere, and all our coaches have been having huge experience with their in the corporate world. So as you have mentioned Italy and you have mentioned Graham, We do have people coming from Google, Maserati, Lamborghini, Expo, General Electric, Philip Morris, PepsiCo. So it's really the idea of bringing the best practices of company who are already there, who have done it already, to the comfort, usage, and disposal of small and medium enterprises.
Absolutely.
So this is definitely our common vision, and our ask for you is now, if you want to take it further, analyze more in detail what is that Polato Consulting can do for your company specifically, how our services can be combined to your specific needs in order to start having a clear roadmap of when your products can be on a new market, when you can expand your customer portfolio, and when you can start doubling or multiplying your revenues, then contact Federica at polatoconsulting.com, write her an email, and she amazingly will guide through this beautiful transformational experience.
Yes, looking forward.
So thank you so much, Federica. I know you know how much I love you.
Thanks.
And I'm super excited to kick off with that. And I thank you all our viewers who were on live, who will able to watch this video later on a later stage. Anytime is good to take the first step towards a new now.
Absolutely.
Thank you, my dear.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much, Elena. You too.